Mrs. McNeil has been reading nonfiction books and poems to her students about the solar system. This is the reading portion of a thematic unit. After each book, she has her students write paragraphs to define and explain concepts that they had learned. They choose the three most important pieces of information, arrange them into sentences, and then combine the sentences to make a paragraph. This is the learning log portion of a thematic unit. The students have different centers that they can go to each day. One center is the Art Center, where children can use paint to create maps of the solar system. One of the other centers is the Listening Center, where each week the students listen to a different book from the text set and draw pictures and write words to complete a chart about the book. Another center is the Writing Center, where children make a pattern book based on Pat Hutchins' Rosie's Walk, a story that the first graders know well. There's a Word Wall Center, where children use a pointer to reread the words on the solar system word wall, and they can participate in other activities, including writing the words on whiteboards at this center as well. There's a Research Center, where children write and illustrate books about the solar system. Children writing and illustrating books falls into creating projects in a thematic unit. The Art Center, where children use paint to create a map of the solar system, falls into making visual representations in a thematic unit. There's a Computer Center, where children can use the internet to check NASA's website for photos of the planets. This is good visual so that they can see what the planets actually look like and don't just have to imagine them. There's a Library Center, where children read books from the solar system. This is part of the reading part of a thematic unit. As well as the Poetry Center, where children can reread the poems about the sun, moon, and planets that are written on chart paper, which is also part of the reading section of a thematic unit. Part of this unit, they talk about the planets, where they are located, how big they are, if they have moons or rings, if it's hot or cold, what it looks like, if there's life, and other facts. This is mainly a science lesson, as it is talking about space and the planets, but math can be weaved in, talking about if it's the first planet closest to the sun, or the second, or the eighth. How big it is can also bring in math. If it has moons or rings, we can count how many. English can be brought into this thematic unit using the word wall so that students can define and will understand what some of those words are. You can bring a little bit of social studies into this as well, and history of when certain planets were discovered and who discovered them. I think that Mrs. McNeil's First Graders Study the Solar System is an excellent example of a thematic unit.